Book Prize. The awards are going to be given away now. And may I invite Subodh Shankar from Atta Galatta to come up on stage and do the honors.
Good evening and welcome. Since the year 2015, Atta Galatta and the Bangalore Literature Festival have shared a proud partnership as co-presenters of the annual Atta Galatta Bangalore Literature Festival Book Prize. And every year this gives me the immense pleasure of getting on this stage and being able to felicitate the best and the brightest of Indian writers at this forum, the Bangalore Literature Festival. This point in time, I'd like to invite Shiny Anthony to thank our jury who tirelessly work and come up with this phenomenal list of winners, as you will see shortly. And it's an absolutely thankless job because of how Indian publishing is responding. This year we've had over 200 books submitted under the categories of fiction, non-fiction, best children's fiction, and I'm talking about 200 books each. Children's fiction, children's non-fiction, children's picture book illustration, and children's picture book story. So, which means we've had to deal with something like 1,500 titles and then go through the process of long listing and short listing and arriving at the people that we're going to honor today. And that is a testament to how vibrant the world of Indian publishing is today. A round of applause for the publishers, those who are present here and those who aren't. So, this 11th year of the AG BLF Prize, I also would like to recognize a number of the authors who've either won our book prize in the past or their books have been shortlisted. And I thank you all for being here. It's on the shoulders of such books and writers that an award like this continues to exist and continue to stay relevant. So thank you so much. We start with the announcement of the children's prizes. And as we go through each of the categories, I'd like to invite the winners, if they're present, to come on stage, accept the award from Shiny and Lakshmi, and also give a short acceptance speech. The first category we're going to talk about is children's picture book story. And the books that were shortlisted for the prize this year are A Roof for Nobu, written by Sujata Padmanabhan, published by the Snow Leopard Conservancy. Chasing Waters, written by Lavanya Karthik, published by Karadi Tales. Go Flamingo, written by Devashish Makija, published by Tulika Books. Putti Gets Glasses, written by Maitri Arun Kumar, published by Bangalore's own Harivu Books. The Girl Who Wouldn't Stay Within the Lines, written by Vinita, published by Daffodil Lane. And The Pangolin Protectors, written by Radha Rangarajan and published by Pratham. This is what the jury had to say about the winner. A joyous celebration of movement, color, and courage, with vibrant illustrations and playful musical language. This irresistible read aloud invites children to laugh, dance, and dream. With Devashish Makija's brilliant verse, soaked in satire, and his illustrator Priya Kurian painting a thrilling picture of the violence unthinking humans inflict on the natural world through hazardous waste. The winner of the Atta Galatta Bangalore Literature Festival Book Prize 2025 for Picture Book Story, Devashish Makija, for Go Flamingo, published by Tulika Books. Devashish. Devashish.
I'll say something that's very obvious. A children's picture book is not written by the author alone. So this one's for Priya Kurian as well, wherever Priya Kurian is. Can I please have Priya on stage for a moment? Please, Priya. And it's also a very courageous publisher, Tulika Books, that puts a story out that does not have a happy ending. It's not every day that you get a chance to tell a story like this one. Sometimes I wish I didn't have to tell the story. Sometimes I wish that stories like these never have to be told. But we do what we do. And thank you for this. And Priya, thank you for bringing your magic to this book. Because there's a certain style that Priya Kurian has with found objects that inspired me to write this story. This story wouldn't have been if she didn't do what she does. So, thank you.
The next award we're going to talk about is the Best Children's Book Illustration, Children's Picture Book Illustration category. The nominees, the shortlisted books for this year's Children's Picture Book Illustration were And Yet You Shine, The Kohinoor Diamond Colonization and Resistance, illustrated by Supriya Kelkar, published by Scholastic. A Tree in My Stomach, illustrated by Charbak Deepta, published by Big Beetle Books. Rain Perfume, illustrated by Shubhshri Mathur, published by Kalpavriksh. Sufi Hamari Fufi, illustrated by Kanak Shashi and published by Eklavya. Taragos A, illustrated by Garima Gupta and written by Garima Gupta, published by HarperCollins Children's Books. The Little Book of Indian Dogs, illustrated by Chandrima Chatterjee, published by HarperCollins Children's Books. The Trickster, One Time I Wanted Two Moons, illustrated by Charbak Deepta and published by Katha. And this is what the jury had to say about the winner. What is love? Several would agree that it is nothing but a pair of endearing eyes and one of a wagging tail on the other. Chandrima Chatterjee has tugged at our heartstrips in The Little Book of Indian Dogs, a beautiful book that celebrates native dog breeds. Her illustrations are wonderfully descriptive of the personality of each of the dogs, giving children the space to discover the temperament of the Chippiparai, the Rampur Greyhound, the Jonagi, and more than simply to know what each of them would like with their height, weight, and other potential details. All dogs are special, but congratulations, Chandrima, on making native Indian dogs more special than others with your book. Chandrima is not here. The author of the book is here. Anusha is here. If she is, Chandrima has requested that Anusha come and receive the book on her behalf. But Chandrima has also sent us a short video. So I'm going to first ask Anusha to talk a little about their partnership, and then we'll play Chandrima's video for you.
Hello, I am extremely, firstly, very sad that I couldn't be there at the Lit Fest. I had so much hopes to be around, but I couldn't make it. But I'm over the moon and extremely, extremely glad to be receiving this lovely, lovely honor. I am honestly short of words, and Subodh told me to record a 5 minute video, which cannot be expected from an illustrator. We draw for a reason and not talk for a reason. So here I am, still very, very excited about this, and wanted to thank so many people, because picture book comes together when it's not the labor of just one person, it's the labor of many. And this book wouldn't have been possible without Anusha, of course, who came up with this beautiful idea for the book. Then Smith, who helped us polish the book up, edit it so well, took it to Harper, its home, and to the whole team at Harper, and especially Tina, for being our cheerleaders, for leading us through this whole journey of getting this wonderful book out in the world for young readers. So I'm really, really thankful to so many people that I have not even been able to name right now, but I'm extremely, extremely thankful, and congratulations to all of us, for this wonderful book, receiving this honor today. The idea behind the illustrations for this book was actually quite simple. When we started working on it, the idea was to get young readers excited about Indian breeds of dogs, and the whole idea was to make sure that the moment a child even turns a page, they're able to see all these beautiful dog breeds just come out and come out at them, and so that they become familiar, they embrace them and bring them into their lives. So I hope that we have been able to do that, and as more and more young readers read this book, I hope they fall more in love with our furry friends than I think we already have. So yeah, that was the whole idea behind how we sort of illustrated this whole book. So yes, once again, thank you so much for this extraordinary honor, and I'm beyond words to convey how grateful I feel. Thank you, Bangalore Lit Fest. Thank you so much.
The next award we're going to talk about is children's book fiction. The nominees, the shortlisted books for this year's prize were A Girl, a Tiger, and a Very Strange Story by Paro Anand, published by Puffin. Daisies in the Wild, Stuti Agarwal, published by HarperCollins. Giants by Hutu Kasumi, published by HarperCollins. Royalish, Lily's Adventures in Bagradu by Amrita Gandhi, published by HarperCollins. The Last Dragoners of Babazar by Indra Das, published by Westland. The Thief of Takshila, a Silk Road mystery by Veena Muthuraman, published by Talking Cup. And this is what the jury had to say about the winner. With his debut book, this storyteller transports us into an unbelievably beautiful world where, strangely, everything is believable. His kene, his Kato's vocal abilities, and his storytelling prowess, trees that speak to those who care to listen, all become part of you and you of them. He brings the unique folk tales of the Sumi Nagas, their culture, traditions, and language as we navigate the life of Kato, a young boy who cannot speak. A wonderfully refreshing new voice, the winner of the fiction prize for children's writing, Hutuka Sumi for Giants, published by HarperCollins Children's Books. Hutuka.
Thank you so much. I'd like to start by thanking God for um, allowing me to be here today. It seriously took 2 villages and more to get me here. With all the craziness that's been happening with the airlines, I'm just so thankful that I could make it today. Being shortlisted for me was like climbing my own Mount Everest, because being shortlisted on my first book alongside such great, wonderful voices was enough for me. Winning was not something I factored at all. So I would like to thank Atta Galatta and BLF for this wonderful event, for making us writers feel seen, illustrators, all the people involved in the publishing, for making us feel seen and valued. I would like to take my time to thank some people. Please forgive me if I bungle it up, because I'm so very excited. I would like to make special mention of my agent extraordinaire, Kanishka Gupta, who couldn't be here. He's believed in me from the start, and I really feel that I owe it to him to say thank you in a very big way. I wish also to thank the fine folks at Harper, especially Tina, for being gracious to me right from the start, so very gracious. My most excellent editor at Harper, Aparna Kapoor, who showed me so much grace and handheld me throughout the entire process of editing a book that was so new to me, since this is my debut. I also would like to thank my dearest friend, the wonderfully talented Kanato Jimo, for doing such a wonderful job with the illustrations. I also want to thank Soham Day at Writer's Side. I thank everyone who pushed me to be the best version of myself. I dedicate this award to my parents and to all the beautiful stories that were never told, because the people who should have told them never had the courage for it. May great stories never lie in the graveyard. May they always be told. Thank you once again.
The next award is for children's nonfiction, and the shortlisted book under this category were From Sea to Sky, Hidden Stories of Nature Science, written by Sneha Varghese, published by Hachette. History Unpacked, The Why, When and What of Ancient India, Sai Sudha Acharya, published by Duckbill. India in Triangles, The Incredible Story of How India Was Mapped and the Himalayas Were Measured, Shruti Rao and Meera Iyer, published by Puffin. The Great Indian Safari by Arefa Tehsin, published by Puffin. Tiger Slayer, The Extraordinary Story of Noor Jahan, Empress of India, by Ruby Lal, published by Penguin. And Uncoded, A Technological History of Independent India by Megha Gupta, published by Puffin. This category actually had our only unanimous winner of the evening. Every single jury member rated this book number 1, and this is what they had to say about it. What would happen if historic books began to offer tips on how to survive the Stone Age, or decided to juxtapose historical happenings across the world and make comparative notes? For starters, we would have more children engaging with our past. Importantly, history would leave the pages of our books and come alive before us. Sai Sudha Acharya does just that with her outstanding work of documenting the happenings of ancient India. It's interactive, hilarious, and packed with facts. Congratulations, Sai Sudha, for magically achieving what every history teacher and parent would like to: get children excited about history. The winner, History Unpacked, The Why, When, and What of Ancient India, by Sai Sudha Acharya, published by Duckbill, an imprint of Penguin Random House, India.
I'm so nervous. I'm so thrilled, I'm so excited, and so honored to be on that list. History Unpacked is a series of 3 books. This is my very first, and it was born in my history classroom because I couldn't convince my kids to read Indian history. They were always reading horrible histories, and they knew everything about the Tudors, and they knew about the Vikings, and they knew so very little about our interesting past. But now all those kids, including my son, is in the 12th grade, so I'm super late. But I'm still trying to get them to read it. This book would not have existed without Rohit. Rohit Bhasi is the illustrator. He did the comics. And I'm so very fortunate to have found him before we even looked for a publisher. A total stranger sent me his Instagram post, and then I found, oh good, I found someone who shared my sense of humor. So this prize really is, a lot of credit goes to Rohit for bringing it to life, and Shayoni, my editor, who really brought it it was my first book, and I needed someone to, help me feel confident about it, and Shayoni brought it together for me, and I'm so very grateful. Yeah, thank you so much.
Moving on, the 4 Children's Awards are done. We move to the awards for Best Cover Design. And the shortlisted books for Best Cover Design were Lol Kashmir, Love and Longing in a Torn Land, illustrator Basita Shah, designed by Veer Mishra, published by Fourth Estate. Ma, illustrator Catherine Kuruvilla, designed by Amrita Chakravarti. Rupa, Song of the Asunam, cover design and illustrations by Rajiv Aipe, published by HarperCollins. The Whispering Mountains, marvelous folktales from the Himalayas, illustrator Dennis Laishram, and cover design by Samar Bansal by Puffin. And Vadivasal the Arena, cover design and illustrations by Apu Pen, published by Simon & Schuster. And this is what the jury had to say about the winner. This cover is instantly arresting and also characteristic of his beloved style. The circular composition of the creature draws the eye to the center where the curious title is located. The dark patch of feathers inside which the open eye of the creature is painted is so striking. The multicolored, dazzling feathers are fresh and magical, much like the book and the illustration inside. The cover almost seems to be a scene in motion, a memorable visual treat. The winner of the AG Book Prize for cover design for Song of the Asunam, cover design by Rajiv Aipe, published by HarperCollins. Rajiv.
People who know me and who I've worked with on books, now. Hello. So people who know me and who I've worked on with books together know that I really struggle with cover design. So this feels a bit special and a little bit odd also, and perhaps a terrible mistake. But thank you so much. I share this award with my friends C.G. Salamander and Aparna Kapoor, who are the writer and editor of the book, and they were stand-in art directors because there was no official art director. And many thanks to Tina Narang, our publisher, for taking a chance on the book. and the series, the second book of the series of which I'm running late on, so I will now leave. Thank you.
The awards night is starting to have a distinctly Bangalore flavor. The only award tonight that does not go to a jury process, that is not selected by a jury, is the award for a category that we call Popular Choice. The winners for this award are picked on the basis of an online voting campaign, and the nominees under this category were A Book of Books by Sonali Bendre, published by HarperCollins. Gods, Guns and Missionaries, The Making of the Modern Hindu Identity, Manu S. Pillai, published by Penguin. The Chola Tigers, Avengers of Somnath, published by Amish, published by HarperCollins. The Common Sense Diet, Stop Overthinking, Start Eating by Rujuta Diveka, published by Juggernaut. Too Good to Be True by Prajakta Kohli and published by HarperCollins. So the voting for this category ran for a period of about 2 months on our website and social media. And the winner was actually pretty easy for us. And I'm going to read a little bit about the book. They say food is a way to anyone's heart, but what happens when you restrict yourself to a strict diet? Author nutritionist Rujuta explores exactly that, how to stop overthinking and start eating. The winner of the Popular Choice Award 2025, The Common Sense Diet, Stop Overthinking, Start Eating by Rujuta Diveka, published by Juggernaut. I don't think anyone from Juggernaut is here, and neither were we able to get Rujuta to send us a video. So we will do our best to just send the award to her. Congratulations to Rujuta and Juggernaut. Round of applause for them in their absence. The next award that we're going to talk about is the Atta Galatta Bangalore Literature Festival Book Prize 2025 for non-fiction. The shortlisted books under this category were Of Men, Women and Witches, Jayamohan, translated by Sangeeta Putiedat, published by Juggernaut. Rama, Bhima, Soma, Cultural Investigations into Modern Karnataka, written by Shrikar Raghavan, published by Context. Searches, Selfhood in the Digital Age, written by Vahini Vara, published by Fourth Estate. Shattered Lands, 5 Partitions and the Making of Modern Asia, by Salm Dalrymple, published by HarperCollins. Vaccine Nation, by Amir Shahul, published by Pan Macmillan. Why the Poor Don't Kill Us, The Psychology of Indians, by Manu Joseph, published by BLF. This was one of those categories where the jury had a really, really tough time in picking a winner. And finally, this is what they had to say about it. If there was a new way to chronicle the history of a geography, this is it. The author's scholarly eye details the multicultural, intellectual, and political mosaic of Karnataka and takes the reader through an immersive experience that they can go back to again and again, learn from, laugh over, wonder about, and think of deeply. This is a book that reinvents chronicling and does so with great finesse. The book's ethical clarity never simplifies its mysteries. Faith, violence, tenderness, and form braid into a story that is both archive and arrival. For its lyrical daring, critical intelligence, and deep stewardship of Kannada literature, this work stands as an outstanding achievement. The winner of the non-fiction prize of the Atta Galatta Bangalore Literature Festival 2025, Rama, Bhima, Soma, Cultural Investigations into Modern Karnataka by Shrikar Raghavan, published by Context, an imprint of Westland Publishing. Shrikar is currently away in Cambridge on a scholarship, and his mother has come all the way from Mysore, and she will be on stage to receive the prize from Shiny and Lakshmi, and after which we will play a short video message that Shrikar has sent us. Shrikar sent us a lovely video, and we're going to play that now.
Hi everyone, and good evening to all. At this point, it's quite likely that some of you are wondering what on earth Rama Bhima Soma is. And I've heard some interesting speculations from people at first glance trying to decode it, to parse the hidden meaning, to situate it within the current political climate. Soma tends to throw people off a little. It's a bit of a puzzler. But there is no deep symbolism in that sense. It's a far more innocent choice. Some of you might have played this game. It's a ball game. In Mysore, where I grew up, we used to call it Rama Bhima Soma. It's mostly a boys' game where basically you're attempting to smash and hit each other with the ball as forcefully as possible. And we used to play it with a tennis ball. But we also used to play with a rubber ball sometimes, and that stuff's nasty. So it's like a crawler version of dodgeball, I suppose. So how it goes is you take a ball, everyone's on the field, and you've thrown the ball high up in the air. Someone does it, and then once it falls down, you count off each pitch as Rama, Bhima, Soma, and then whoever is closest to the ball after the 3 pitches picks it up, and the game starts, and you're just hitting each other constantly until everyone's tired or the period ends. And you're creating this endless web of interconnections. And despite the violence, there's a democratic spirit at play. Power is always temporary, and you're always alternating between the self and this larger spirit of play, and where nobody wins unless everybody wins, And in one sense, this is also a nod to the sort of heightened debate and dialectic and dialogue that's happening in Kannada society around the last few decades of the 20th century, which is the primary subject of the book, though not the only subject. I tend to go here and there whimsically as well. But it's also not very different from how the book came about and what it's trying to do formally as well, in the sense the juxtaposition of themes and people in ways that try to eliminate each other. In my own personal case, the ball was thrown up in 2020 during the pandemic. I was just out of my master's course, and I had a vague idea about a literary, social history of contemporary Karnataka. I'd heard about the New India Foundation Fellowship, and luckily they'd extended the deadline by 2 months because of the pandemic, so I got some time to flesh out an application. It was a leap of faith. I had no actual hope of getting the fellowship in a serious sense because I had no publication history. I had nothing to really show for myself apart from the application and proposal. But it made it, and since then, this project has been personally life-altering for me, formative and transformative in so many ways because of the people I got to meet, the books I got to read, and all the reflections it prompted in me, challenging my preconceptions and worldviews with with all the force of a rubber ball. And I have tried to make this a book of interconnections with the goal of bringing disparate realms into conversation with each other, and also trying to examine the relationships between various axes of the political spectrum so that we can understand, or at least try to understand, how we relate to each other in this vast arena of competing ideas and ideologies and emotions and passions and convictions and hopes and dreams and all of that. I interviewed scores of writers and activists and artists during my research, and it's these voices that are really at the heart of this book. I let them speak for themselves. Often, entire interview transcripts are just transposed to verbatim, and I intervene only when it's necessary. And I was conscious of the fact that I am a player in this book, and so I write in the first person quite unapologetically. And these, I have my own convictions and ideas that could have been that could be subdued perhaps, but never really sacrificed. So that's quite evident in the way the book is structured also, I think. And because it's a personal narrative, it could never be representative of Karnataka in any grandiose sense. But because this is my first book, and I was so clueless and ambitious at the same time, the book turned out to be something of a monster truck, uh, clocking in over 500 pages. And I hope this is a book that readers can keep dipping in and out of, if not, something that takes you from 1 to 500 in one single shot. And so yeah, it's been an absolute delight and honor to learn that Rama Bhima Soma has won the Atta Galatta non-fiction prize this year. I really wish I could have been there, but I'm not back in the country until a few more weeks. And there's also the joy that a book about Karnataka is being headlined at the Bangalore Lit Fest. I couldn't be more thrilled. Big thanks to Atta Galatta and the anonymous jury who picked this out from a roster of wonderful books. It's terrifically humbling. And many congratulations to all the other names being highlighted at the fest and the ceremony. And thank you again.
The final, the final prize of the evening was also the one that gave us the most amount of thinking to do. This is the 11th year of the prize, as I had mentioned. In the past 10 years, we've always managed to have the jury arrive at a consensus winner. But unfortunately, this year, with the fiction prize, there was nothing separating two brilliant books. The shortlist for this year for the fiction prize are Deviants, The Queer Family Chronicles by Shantanu Bhattacharya, published by Trankabar; Silent Journeys, Benjamin, translated by Anup Pratapan by Penguin; The Dead Know Nothing, Kishore Ram, published by Penguin; The Elsewherians by Jeet Tile, published by HarperCollins; The Tiger's Share by Keshava Guha, published by Hachette; and What It Is, published by written by Sundar Sarukar and published by Trankabar. As I said, this prize, the jury was simply unable to decide who that one winner was. And so for the first time in the history of our prize, in our 11th year, this prize is going to jointly be shared by two books. And I'm not going to say much about it, except announce that this prize is going to be shared by two books. The winners are Deviants, The Queer Family Chronicles by Shantanu Bhattacharya, and The Elsewherians by our own very own Jeet Tile. May I request Jeet to come on stage and give us a round of applause for Bangalore boy Jeet Tile.
Thank you so much. Is this working? I'd like to dedicate this prize to Amu George and TJS George. Amu died in January this year, and TJS died 9 months later, almost to the day in October. The novel is a story about people who belong nowhere and everywhere, who can no longer locate home as one point, one geographical location on a map, who belong to too many places, and at the same time, nowhere very much. But it's also a story of Amu and TJS as well as other characters. So, of course, I have to dedicate this prize to them, but I also need to dedicate this prize to them for a second and much more important reason, and that is a financial one. Thanks to their wisdom, they made some investments in my name that allowed me to quit gainful employment, which was never very gainful in any case, and focus on writing full-time from 2004 onwards. If I were not able to do that, I would not have been able to write the way I've written, because time for a writer is far more important than money. If you have an artist in your family and you want to do something good, put in some good karma that'll come back to you, support them. Yeah. And of course, as you know, it doesn't take one person to write a book, to produce a book. It takes a lot of people. Many of them go nameless. They're nameless workers in this hive. But I have to thank my editor, Rahul Soni, who right from the beginning said that the title of this book should be The Elsewerians. And I resisted that idea until about 2 weeks before we went to press. The Elsewerians is a phrase I coined, and it occurs in the book, but I didn't want it to have been the title. I had about 6 others, but eventually I am so happy a wiser sense prevailed. I want to thank Bonita Shimre, the designer of this book, because there are a lot of photographs and letters and documents. It's a documentary novel in this book, and the production, the way the pictures appear on the page is just absolutely beautiful. It's a lavish production. And of course, I have to thank the team at HarperCollins. Many of them are here, Uday and Mitra, and Anand, and so many others. Thank you for trusting me with this. And finally, my thanks to Atta Galatta, to Subodh and Lakshmi, who have done so much for literature in Bangalore, and to BLF and Shiny and the team here, which it's not just that I live here. This is my most favorite festival in India. Thank you so much.
Shantanu had to leave the festival early today morning to go to another one, so he sent us a video message, and let's just watch that.
Hello everyone, I am Shantanu Bhattacharya, and please know that I would have loved to be there with all of you right now, but I am there in spirit with all my heart and all my joy. A huge thank you to Atta Galatta and Bangalore Literature Festival for having me there this year. I had the absolute best time, and now this beautiful prize that you have given me, it really, really means a lot. Thank you to my publisher Westland for believing in this story and for working so hard to put this book out in the hands of as many readers as possible over the last few months. Some of you might know that I was born in Bangalore, and in that sense, this prize is a kind of homecoming for me and the book. When I decided to write Deviance, the initial idea was to tell the story of my generation in the years leading up to the decriminalization of homosexuality, the subsequent recriminalization of the community, and the final decriminalization that followed. But the story somehow felt self-serving and selfish if I weren't to include the stories of those who came before us, the silences and the erasures that they had endured, and the sacrifices that they had made. And of course, it would still be incomplete if I did not update that narrative, if I didn't tell the story of the youth today and what it feels like to be queer in a decriminalized India. And therefore, we have Deviance, the story of 3 generations of gay men in an Indian family over the last 50 years. When I left Bangalore at age 11, I very quickly realized that there were some qualities about this city that were in acute shortage elsewhere. Qualities such as openness of mind and kindness. And I know that as the queer community still fights for an equal place in society and equal rights in law, it is these qualities of kindness and openness that will get us there together. And with that hope, I sign off now, but thank you so much to all my readers, to Bangalore Literature Festival, and to Atta Galatta for this honor that you've given me. It really, really means a lot. Thank you.
With that, we bring this awards evening to a conclusion. A round of applause for all our winners, shortlisted authors, publishers, and good night.